quick. Paolo. That's okay. That's all right, no problem. So, welcome back. A couple of, just for the new speakers, you've up to 8 minutes. We'll time it for you. As we hit 7 minutes, we'll give you a signal that you've 1 minute to go to wrap it up. We'll open up for Q&A at the end, then 2 or 3 or 4 questions, depending on the timing and whatever. And have fun, be yourself, and we'll get you going.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paula, and I wanted to talk to you today about what it means to start a new business, right? Starting a new business, we all know, is not a walk in the park. 78% of new businesses only make it to 1 year. 1/3 make it to the 10-year mark only. So those of you whose businesses are more than 10 years old, please raise your hand and feel awesome about yourself, because it's, really impressive. Congrats. Now, what happens when established companies, successful, well, you survived, maybe, ups and downs. We're still working here, right? So it's not that we super thrive, but what happens when established, when you have a good track record and you're established and you start a new business? Do you think the statistics could be better for you? And actually, no, it's the same. For established companies, good track record, the survival rate remains. And even in large enterprises, that they launch technological innovations, and I'm talking now about market leaders with resources. They go into new business ventures and usually come up with the disruptive technologies that end up killing their own business in the long run. And what happens? One theory, why, right, is that there's a paradox, which means that serving the demands of your current clients that give you a steady revenue and demand certain level of service, let's say, it's completely different to anticipating the demands of your future clients. And that tension is really challenging and hard to manage. And in the long run, anyways, is what will make you, right, successful. In our industry, we are witnessing a significant slowdown. In the last year, particularly, we're seeing layoffs, we are seeing companies go bankrupt. Slator reported that almost half of businesses in the boutique segment, $1 to $8 million USD in revenue, decrease in revenue. And I tell you, these are the ones reporting. Probably, I dare to think that there are many more that are not admitting it. And we are entering into what CSA calls the post-localization era, where human-driven language services are given place to technology and more complex global content services. So in my view, we really need to reinvent our businesses, and not only reinvent and innovate, but find the business models, which is where most businesses tragically fail, in finding the business model that works if we want to stay relevant. So when I listen to industry leaders saying, well, this is, business as usual with ups and downs, we live this with empty cat tools, we are resilient, I just, confirm my opinion, and I kind of see dead people, But this is just, I know that the transformation is not going to be easy. We are going to find resistance. We are going to find, a lot of, difficulties. And we need a new strategy and commitment to implementation. When we embark on new strategies, there are changes, there are losses. People's realities change. There's loss of power, there's loss of competence, and there's loss of identity. And what my professors in this book say, that many times when strategies fail, company leaders say, well, it's because of unpredictable events, trends, we didn't see it coming. But actually, that is overrated, because most of these changes are fairly predictable. What usually company leaders overlook is the impact and the role of loss. And in our industry, in my opinion, we are facing one of the toughest losses, which is the loss of identity, because we are translation companies founded by translation, and this is our identity, this is who we are. Translation is beneath our foundation, and that is shifting, it's a paradigm shifting. So we need to take time, grieve that loss, and get ready for the new era. And this is tough. So we need a holding environment, we need to talk about this, we need to onboard. And the thing is, the drama is that if we treat this only as a technical problem, and we think that bringing, an AI expert, a data science, we're gonna make this change and embrace this change, that's when it fails, because it's more an adaptive challenge. We need the technical, of course, but that's not enough. If your managers, people don't embrace this, it won't work. It's like, culture, the phrase, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Well, this is the same. Many leaders have difficulties setting priorities. For me, if I have to put in a nutshell what a strategy is defining clearly what are the priorities of my organization for it to survive and thrive. And often, managers, senior managers, C-levels complain that managers are not doing or delivering what they are requested to do. And C-levels, on the other hand, the managers say, well, for the CEO, everything is important. Then nothing is important and priorities are not set, and it's difficult. So in this new era, which is good because we are coming from a restricted, mature industry, prices, pressure, M&A, all the characteristics of anything, and the new era comes into creative challenge with abundance, more demand, but we just need to understand and that the challenge is that maybe we need to develop a completely new set of organizational abilities to face this. And what the abilities we have may not be enough. But the good thing is that if we unlock how to be learning as an organization, the learning agility, that is, what we need. So willingness to change our business model, uncertainty, and basically which sources of income will disappear. We just don't know how we'll be compensating this loss.
1 minute.
Yeah, thank you. What will be our future business model? What new competencies do we require? Will our expertise continue to add value or not? Do we have the right talent? Will our organizational identity change? These are all the questions that come up and we need to tackle and start setting priorities. But anyways, the key to this lies in the organizational ability to learn and to adapt. And this is adaptive challenge and not technical. Technical is when, it doesn't mean it's not complex. Technical can be super complex, but you have solutions, you have experts. Adaptive challenge, you need to involve people and do like the inner changes in habits, in values to take on. So I pose this question to all of you. Are you ready to let go, to grieve what is lost, mobilize your organizations to the adaptive changes we need and succeed in the post-localization area? When it comes to, facing or embracing change, we all do it when we know something good is going to come out of that. What we resist is loss. Okay, thank you.
Well done. So we're going to open it up to Q&A. Have we any questions?
I don't have a question, just a comment. Thank you for just complimenting my previous session.
This is true. This is true. It was well planned together.
Thank you.
Anybody in the room? Any questions? You explained it beautifully, Paula. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula. So next up, Matthias.
All right, I'm a little bit taller.
Again, Matthias, I'll get it ready and go.
Yeah,
As soon as
okay.
you're ready.
As soon as I'm ready, well, just take a moment. No, we're good here.
Okay.
I'm going to drop some spice. I think it's one of the last soapbox sessions, so I think that's might be needed. I'm going to be very direct, and if a Dutch person says so, you need to strap in. Who here is an LSP or represents an LSP? Raise your hands. Ooh, this is going to be spicy. I'm going to have a thesis, I'm going to have some anecdotal evidence, I'm going to have 2 hypotheses why it's that way, and I'm going to give you a solution. So what's my thesis? You may have read it. Language service providers have no business being language service providers. Okay, I think I need to do some explanation here. I mean it in the most literal sense. You have no business being a language service provider because A, it's not the right need, I think, that needs to be fulfilled. I think B, you're shooting yourself in the foot, I'll get to that. And C, you're already basically providing a business that somebody else provides. You're taking in content, you're translating the content, and you're giving back the translated content. Well, there is a certain description of a person that does that exactly, and that is a translator. So all you are doing is drop shipping translations. And if that's all you're doing, then you're not actually contributing sufficient value, or so I think. You can debate me on that. I think you're not spending as much on technology as you should be. I think that if your business is not at least 50% technology, what does that mean? I'll get to that. Then you're not really in the right place. If you are afraid of technology, then you're not even really in the right line of work. I think, and this is where the anecdotal evidence really starts to come in, that language service providers have shot themselves in the foot because we just purchased technology and assumed that that's what's going to solve the problems for us. That was going to be sufficient in order to give enough technology to our clients and to enable our clients and to help our clients and to consult our clients, but that's not the case. If you just purchased a TMS and thought that was sufficient to be a technical language service provider, you now have the problem where your client is not led through the whole technological side of the translation process, because it is more than 50% technological problem that we're solving here. You should be doing more than what a translator does. You should guide your client into how to tackle the technological side of things. You need to consult them, you need to be the expert, and the client needs to see yourself as that expert. Without that, your client comes to you and says, we just purchased a TMS and we want you to start translating in that, and you're, well, but it's not my TMS. And then you come to me and you say, oh, we need to connect these 2 TMSs. Instead, if you had consulted your client, they might have listened to you. The anecdotal evidence I have for this is that we see more and more technology providers in our industry bundling their services with LSPs, and the LSPs are subservient to that. We see big technology providers selling their product mainly to large enterprises, and then, oh yeah, we actually also have LSPs that can handle the translation part for you, but that is very much the periphery suddenly. And that's not where you want to be if you want to actually make profit, make value, etc. You've forsaken the fact that you should have that leading role, that consultative role that you should have. I have 2 hypotheses why it is the way it is nowadays. And first one, word-based pricing. Anyone who knows me knows I hate it. You can read it on my website. I have whole articles dedicated to please stop doing this. Because if all you do is word-based price, then all the client sees what you do is, yeah, we just send them some words and we get some words back. There's nothing else that they can provide and help us with, even though you might have the technological experience and expertise to help your client with. You should maybe offer as a service that you can actually help with the technology part, how to integrate it into their workflows, etc. The second part, a little bit of a history in the industry, I think. We got the CAT tool at some point in the 90s, 2000s. So we started to do translations on the computer. And we figured out, oh, we get all these files from our clients. And oh boy, what a client sends us is a mess. What do we do about that? Well, let's invent a whole new position. We call it localization engineers. And they are fixing the mess. And they're still doing that to this day. And then what happened is, oh, we can do a lot of automation, and we can do continuous localization, and we can set up all these integrations. Who is going to do this for us? Well, we have some people there with the engineer in the title. Maybe they should. That was a mistake, I think, because it's a very different type of work to do in order to build actual automations that are robust and scalable, and to help modify files in order to prepare them for translations. That's why I think we are in this place. Now I have to come to my solution. I think I have a lot of time left, which is good because I want a lot of questions from you, and I want to, if you disagree with me, prove me wrong, please. Let's keep the spice going. The solution is not to buy more technology. That's never the solution. If your problem is we cannot support a client with technology, just buying more will not help you because you're still reliant on the technology you purchase. The solution is people. The solution is to build a dedicated strategy around making the technology side of your business at least as important. Place that in the mind of your customer. Start offering consulting services. Be the leader in that field that you need to be, because you know everything about localization, and localization is about setting up a process, helping the client do that, and it's not about, hey, I get an email with a file, please translate it for me. That's not what it is. So if you want to be serious about it, hire people or train people that do this as part of their work, that help your clients with technologies, that keep envisioning new ways to build new services for your clients. And don't rely completely on what your TMS provider or whatever language technology you have purchased provides for you, but lead the way instead. And it should be a core part of your business strategy. I hope I was clear enough. Okay, and now I want you to disagree with me. Yeah.
So, who wants to disagree with Matthias? I should say, who wants to disagree with him first?
I have a question.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I heard the disagreement
this
in
one
your...
here, so-
Okay.
Thank you. It was great. When you mean people,
People.
you mean building an in-house team of technology experts?
Right, yeah, so that's
or
actually a-
building a product, or like, you know, because we know that's
Yeah.
far away from our capabilities, and it's a completely different type of organization if we are service. But just, you know, explain more. Yeah, yeah.
Good point. You don't have to build a product, not at all. There's enough products in there, but you just need to know what all these products do, what they're capable of. If you have an IT team, that's not really what I mean. It shouldn't be 50% IT. That I don't really feel comfortable with that either. It's more people who are dedicated to and talk to your clients and build or envision solutions for them. You all know maybe what I do for work. I have talked to a lot of you, even professionally, and I see that that's one of the biggest limitations. People are ready to start doing something new, but they don't have the people in their organization to really grab that and make that really their full focus. Their full-time focus is, I'm just going to help my clients give the perfect technological solution. So people, half developers, architects, solutions, something like that. I mean, people who are just driven and love it, it's already maybe enough. Okay, well, if everyone agrees, then let's go, right? Yeah, time to change your business.
Maybe I can comment. I mean, I don't completely disagree. I find it, I mean, it's a bit provocative, but that is why we...
That's the whole point, of course. I can be more nuanced if I want to be, but...
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So what I see is when I work with the language service providers, they kind of do a service for the client that they kind of combine a lot of languages that the client otherwise cannot have access to in one kind of point of contact if they would work directly with the translator. So this is maybe a great value added for the client because they just get rid of this kind of searching for the right people, and the language service provider should also, you know, create that they work with great people that make great results. We never know if this is happening. But I also find that in this industry, it's sometimes a bit difficult between the old world and the new world and how everything is combined. And I think there have to be new ways found.
Kai, you know I agree with you, of course.
So, yeah.
Of course.
Thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah.
just a comment.
Connecting with my presentation, how would be the business model for this type of organization you envision as the ideal for us?
Well, that's a good point. Like, so I'm saying, like, stop work-based pricing. That first, yeah. Everyone should be doing that immediately. start treating your business as a, I mean, I hate the word consultancy, super vague. Nobody really knows what to do with it. But if that's your message to your client, like if the word consultancy works for you, do it. Maybe rebrand it. But I'll use the word right now. Start offering service like we are going to look at how your current processes are. We're going to see what your needs are. We're going to set up the processes that you need. Play an active role. There's a lot of things you can do there, but it's a lot more like IT consultancy in that sense than language service provision. I don't think that's the word, but although I hate the label IT consultancy. I think that's very gross as well. So please, I'm not the person in branding. You should figure that part out.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
Matthias.